he just said, "Are you home?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "It's bad." That's how he started. And then he said, "There's been an accident," and I don't really remember much after that.
So we got hit and the car spun around through the intersection, and I was conscious the whole time. I heard my son crying in the back, but I didn't hear anything from my daughter, so I got out and ran around, and you could just see the car was basically like a V now. It was folded in half, and she was unconscious. You know, when you're looking down and your kid is motionless and the car smashed in, that was like literally the scariest thing you could ever see in your life.
We didn't know if she was alive, if she was paralyzed. Like, they had taken her away quickly from Rex, so Rex didn't have much information. I didn't even get to see Rex. Like, I was just hoping that she was alive. That's all I was clinging to.
That whole time I was basically like in shock. Like, it almost doesn't even compute what just happened. And so, but obviously I was just desperate before God and saying, you know, please just have her be alive, because she basically, we left the scene in two different directions, and I had no idea what was even the status.
And so then when we got there, I got to see her. She was intubated in a neck brace and pretty beat up.
Her liver had been damaged. They called it a liver laceration. The second issue was obviously she's unconscious and she had some trauma to her brain, and they could see that there was some swelling and blood on her brain. And
so it was a lot of waiting and uncertainty then, but she was alive. I really clung to that because I was praying the whole time, just let her be alive, and she was alive, and so the rest we could deal with. You know, whatever that was going to be, she was alive.
My first prayer was, deliver me from this whole situation, and that didn't happen right away. You know, I kept waiting for her to open her eyes and go, "Oh, I'm okay," and it didn't happen. So on day 5 in the ICU, it seemed like she was awake for maybe a few minutes, and then she made this. She had a tube in her mouth, but she made this blankie, and me and the nurse kind of looked at each other like, "Did we just hear a word?" And so she kept crying, and we heard it again, "Blankie." We're like, "Okay, I think she wants a blankie." So we went and got her a blankie, and she was really mad that we gave her blankie. She said, "I want it flat," and it was like the most encouraging thing she could have ever said, because to me, that's her personality. She would always tell us before bed, "No, flat, make my blankets flat." And so that was confirmation that was like, not only is she alive, but it's Sophia.
When we're in the car, we listen to Caleb a lot, and she loves the song "All the People Said Amen." Right when I got in the car after I heard she spoke, that's the song that came on the radio. And Connor was with me, and we just started singing, and one of the lines in it is, "Give thanks to the Lord, for his love never ends." And it's so true that we can thank him, that he is faithful every time.
It's like 2 months later, and even a month later, I'd say there's no discernible difference between before the car crash and now. So I feel like God has completely healed her. And not even that, but you know, typically if there's that kind of traumatic injury, it's a lifelong healing, and this is like sudden. A month later, she's already just back to being a 3-year-old. So
the longer I am away from it, the more I realize what a miracle it is. I can't believe that she was gone. They did CPR for 3 minutes. She was gone, and now she's like nothing ever happened. It's just amazing.
And you know, there's still questions as to like, why would this happen? You want there to be a purpose behind it. You want there to be like, is there some kind of wake up that I needed, or what's the point? And I don't know the answer to that yet. So you know, if we think that everything's under our master plan in our control, and it only takes one instant to realize that you're not in control, and how completely desperate we are for God, but then also how thoroughly He delivers us, and He shows us His love and mercy and His faithfulness, and it's just amazing to me. And I feel, it's going to be weird, but I actually feel blessed because of what He's done for Sophie. It's very traumatic, and I'm sorry that she ever went through it, but it's so wonderful to see God work so clearly in her life.